Hi class, it's Steve again. How are you all doing? I hope you're doing well. So far your papers and your discussion boards have been excellent. You continue to do good work and I like seeing that. Just remember in your implications and consequences section, what you want to do is really intersect the content that you're studying with a real life work or life experience that you've had or that you've witnessed. That's where the reflection part comes into it, where you look at the material, reflect upon it, and then say, oh, wait a minute, this happened at work, or this has happened to me before. So personalize that, because that's really where the richness of the exercise comes into play. But you all are doing a great job, and I appreciate that. This was going to be a lecture on chapters 6 and 7, but as I went out and read the blog again, just on chapter 7, it says everything that I wanted to say. So I'm not necessarily, I'm not going to make a video about chapters 6 and 7, but rather what I thought might be more helpful for you is to talk about the HAT, the Hallmark Assessment. But before I do that, let me just also say something else about the course. I hope you're following the news. I think within this last week there was a story about a 19-year-old woman who killed a 14-year-old girl by stabbing her to death, and they were suspecting that cyberbullying was a big part of this. So what you might consider is you have a big cyber project due at the end of this semester. If you keep your eyes and ears open through the news or through other media outlets, you're going to hear a lot of different types of cyber crimes, cyberbullying, cyber loafing, just all kinds of stuff. Sex trafficking through the internet is a big deal. All these various kinds of ways to use digital media in a way that's inappropriate or in a way to harm others. It's always in the news, so you might want to keep your eyes and ears open. One lady a couple years ago in my class did one on Craigslist, and about how in the personal ads they were actually marketing quote-unquote young girls, and so there was sex trafficking going on with underage girls. So it was she did a very good report on that. So be thinking about that. I know right at this moment you're more concerned about your HAT, but as soon as the HAT is over, you might really be on the lookout for these types of stories and these types of issues that come up. So let me talk a little bit about the HAT. Under course documents there are 3 case studies that talk about different things. They're all about 1 page long, I believe. So you want to pick one of those case studies, read all 3 of them, and then pick one. And then you want to follow the template that is in your syllabus and also in the example that's provided under course documents. There is a sample paper, a very good paper written, again, I think it was a couple years ago, maybe last year, that I asked that person if I could use her paper as a sample, and she agreed. And I think when you look at that, you're going to see what I'm after. I'm looking for headings, just like each area. I want a heading. And the heading name is specific, so you'll see what those are. If an area is if a section is only worth 5 points, don't write 2 pages on it, and then on the part worth 30 points, write half a page. You want to allot the appropriate amount of space to those components of the paper that are worth the most. So for a 5-pointer, you might have a paragraph or 2. For the 30-point one, there's I believe two 30-point sections. You want those to be very full, very rich. That's where your paper really comes into play. Every year, the people who don't do well on their HAT, it's because they fail to put enough content into those areas that are worth the most. So just be very cautious about that. Look at the rubric. The rubric's in the syllabus, and you should be able to follow along pretty well as far as what I'm looking for. Do place it both in Blackboard and in live text. I have to grade the paper in live text. That's a requirement on my part from the department. So I'll have to grade it under live text, and then what I'll do is I'll transfer the grades over into Blackboard. But if you don't put it into live text, but you put it into Blackboard, I'm sorry, I can't grade it, because the requirement is it must live in live text. Now, if you're a student who's not in this particular program, the ELFH program, then send me an email or tell me you're just taking this as an elective and you're not part of the program in general, because I don't think they make those folks actually purchase a live text license. I think it's for only people who are in the program. So if you're in that special case, let me know, and then we'll work around whatever we need to there. I can't think of anything else. Again, I'm sorry I got to this so late. Besides cyber crimes, real crimes happen. I told you a little bit in my announcement, but I lost a day. I normally record these on Sunday night or Mondays, but I ended up having to take Monday off because my wife's car got broken into. She was at the Y. It was about 4:30 in the afternoon. Outdoor pool was there. She was in the indoor pool, had taken her driver's license and her car keys, but left her purse in the floorboard of the passenger side. Somebody saw it, broke into the window, stole the purse, which had her credit cards, checkbooks, telephone, and some personal items. So Monday, well, both Saturday and on Monday, we had a lot of stuff to do about getting accounts closed. Within an hour, by the time the police had come on that Saturday and taken the report, to the time she got home and we started calling the credit card places, they had racked up $800 in gift cards that they had purchased, in addition to $13.05 at a local Speedway. So my advice to you is, men and women, don't leave your purse or your wallets or your phones or anything in plain sight, or even if you think it's hidden, stick it in the trunk or take it with you or do something. True, they could break into the driver's side window and pop the trunk in many cases, but a lot of them won't go to that amount of trouble. They just want to break the window, grab what they want, and leave. So I lost a day, and therefore I lost a recording. So sorry about that, but this Chapter 7 blog is exactly what I wanted to say anyway about the 2 chapters. So if you read the blog, you should have my thoughts on that. And I promise I'll be back on schedule this coming week. So if there's anything I can do, please let me know. Email me, call me, text me, whatever. Just let me know how I can help you. Okay? Good, and you guys take care, and we'll talk soon.